Hello everyone and welcome to Memory Flow, where we discuss fragrance and fragrance collecting, and today we are finally taking a look at Santal Pao Rosa, which is the latest addition to the new Latte La Matiere line from 2021. This is indeed the only one that is entirely a new fragrance, because all of the other new additions were older perfumes that were maybe changed a bit, maybe reformulated, maybe repurposed in order to fit that collection. I have started a series which treats especially those fragrances that have been repurposed for the new Latte La Matiere line, but today we are taking a look at an entirely new fragrance, which is Santal Pao Rosa. So this fragrance came out this year, 2021. The nose behind this is Delphine Yelk. Now the fragrance references another fragrance, a historic fragrance from the House of Guerlain, the way they do, which is Pao Rosa from the 19th century, made by Guerlain. Now I haven't smelled that one. I don't know if the reference is any more than in name. But that's that. The first time I smelt it yesterday, the first thing that came to mind was this Patchouli Ardent, which came out 1 year or 2 years ago. I have no idea. Time passes at Guerlain very weirdly. So it really reminded me of this one. Because of maybe the freshness and the fruitiness. But the other thing that really made an impression on me was the smell itself is very sour. It's a sour, very spicy smell, especially in the opening. However, I will say that it feels natural. It doesn't feel synthetic in either way, which is a good thing. It's very smoky and intensely woody. So this fragrance tends to get darker as time passes, which is very interesting and very nice. But then again, it's very smoky. It's very acrid, that acrid smell of smoke, of burning wood. And in fact, it does remind me of Palo Santo, which has nothing to do with anything in this fragrance. But then again, it does remind me of that spicy, still burning wood. Smoky, burning, you get the gist. It feels exotic, which is nice. The name Pao Rosa is a type of rosewood. Its name is Aniba roseadora, which is very rich in linalool. It's basically another name for the Brazilian rosewood. I'm not 100% sure on this, so don't quote me on this, but this is the info that I found. So this is the name. Pao Rosa is the name of a rosewood. So there is, in the fragrance, there is a slight feeling of rosiness, which is not rose, which is quite nice. It's very mild. It's a very mild, fruity, rosy smell, which is quite nice. Also, it does remind me of Santal Royal, again from the Les Absolus d'Orient collection. It does have a feeling of pertaining more to this collection, but we'll get to that later. It reminds me of Santal Royal, but it's much brighter than Santal Royal. It's even woodier. It's brighter, it's woodier, and less sweet. Santal Royal is a bit sweeter, but it's also fresher. The sourness, because this fragrance does have some sourness to it. In fact, the opening reminds me of Filippo Sorcinelli's Epicentro, if you know that one, but only the opening. It has something vegetal. It's, as I said, it's quite interesting, but it's nothing I haven't. It isn't something I haven't smelled before. So yeah, that sourness does tone down in the first hour or so. So the fragrance becomes a little more ambery. It's their style of amber. It's nothing to write home about. It doesn't have that thickness. Mostly this fragrance is about woods, smoky, acrid, spicy woods. This is a woody scent, and indeed they categorize this into les bois puissants, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, le bois puissant, the powerful woods in the L'Arc de la Matière line, together with iris torréfié, épices volées, and bois d'Arménie. So the next question is, the first question was how does it smell? The next obvious question is, does this belong like at all? Because smelling this, I had to ask myself this question. So at first it's very atypical for a Guerlain. I don't mind this, that it's atypical. I've always said there is always room for more atypical things in their portfolio, in the Guerlain portfolio, but as time passes, as it dries down, I do understand the references. I do understand where it's coming from. However, because of that typical Guerlain amber. However, the only two other references, the only two other fragrances that I can refer when talking about this Santal Pao Rosa are this one, Patchouli Ardent, and Santal Royal, which, as I said, are from the Absolutes of Orient collection. And to me, this kind of means that this fragrance was supposed to, I'm pretty sure of this, this fragrance was supposed to be in this line, Les Absolus d'Orient, not in the Arts and Materials. I don't think it has much to do with the other line per se. The only sandalwood I get, so don't get me wrong, there's a lot of sandalwood in here, but there isn't, so people expecting their usual Guerlain, because Guerlain have given us great sandalwoods up until now. So they have given us Samsara, which is a very creamy, flowery, beautiful sandalwood. I've never spoken of this before. This will change. And Héritage, which again, it's all about the creaminess, it's all about the sweetness, it's all about the refinement in woods. This sandalwood they used in Santal Pao Rosa, as I said, it's very acrid, it's very sour, it's potent, and I've worn it today and it goes beautifully with the pretty weird autumn we're having right now. It's a very cold autumn, but it's still sunny at times, so it goes well. It's a spicy fragrance, it's smoky, it's great. However, it's not something you would expect from this house. The sandalwood is more in tone with Santal Royal, which, yeah, as I've said before, this fragrance, in my opinion, belongs more in the Absolutes of Orient collection. Again, it's nice, it's elegant. I would wear it, although it wouldn't be my first choice from L'Arc de la Matière. It's a nice study in sandalwood. It's very different from what they've done before, but I feel I can help but feel that it's a letdown. Maybe to me, it doesn't have to be to you. Definitely, I would encourage you to go and try it to form your own opinion. But it's not my first choice. So yeah, I think it's kind of a letdown. This is not the creamy lactonic sandalwood I came to expect from this house. So yeah, these are my thoughts. Because yeah, as I said, when people think of sandalwood, when people think of Guerlain sandalwood, they come to think of these two mostly. There's lots of sandalwood in the Guerlain portfolio, but these are, I think, the most prominent, and it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with them, which again, it isn't a bad thing, it isn't a good thing. It's just a matter of taste. It's a matter of what we've grown accustomed to expect from the house. And speaking of this, I don't have a problem with the fact that it's atypical. I do have a problem, however, with the fact that it's kind of meh. The fragrance is kind of meh. It's as I said, it's nothing I haven't smelled before. It's something I have seen before. It does remind me of this one as well, Santal du Pacifique, which is a great sandalwood, but again on the more acrid side of things. This is more leathery, it's less smoky. This one is interesting, by the way, Santal du Pacifique from Paris Monte Carlo. You should give this a try. In my opinion, this is done better than Santal Pao Rosa. Again, I want to mention, don't expect a rose sandalwood, because it's not. Pao Rosa means a type of rosewood, which has nothing to do with roses, except for a faint, maybe a faint rose smell from that wood. So there you have it. This was my hot take on Santal Pao Rosa. This is not a very this was not a very worked on review. This is more of a first impression. Although I did wear it today, it has nice everything. It's very well put together. I could feel myself with every breath during the day. It has nice longevity, great staying power, no problems here. Do try it, but as I said, I don't want to repeat myself. It's nothing I haven't smelled before, but it is something I haven't smelled before from Guerlain, which I guess it's something. So this was my review of Santal Pao Rosa. Do leave me your opinions if you have tried this fragrance already. If you haven't, go give it a sniff. It's at least interesting. Until next time, remember, fragrance creates memories, and may yours be happy.